Hello, Truth Seeker. This is Lorelai with yet another reflection about finding your true self and being truly yourself and being true to who you are. I've been sitting here for about 10-15 minutes. I had an idea of a topic I wanted to talk about, but as I was talking, it just wasn't flowing. I was feeling very tense and just kind of, I felt like I was pushing myself to do something, not that I didn't want to do, because I wanted to do it. There's a lot of things that I want to talk to you about, but it just didn't feel right in the moment. So I think what I need to talk to you about today is what I am going through in this moment, and that's stepping away from your own rhythm and recognizing your rhythm. There is the right time and place, right moment for everything, the right moment for you, for the right things. And you need to be aware of what your rhythm is. How do you like to do things? When do you like to do things? When do you feel inspired? When do you feel tired? And I just rhymed. What is the natural way of you to be? And you can find that out by just feeling yourself in the moment. This is something that I started doing about a year ago when the whole COVID thing hit the world and we were in the lockdown. And I didn't really have too many responsibilities, too many things to do. And I started, because I was used to being busy all the time and just having projects and things to do, I felt really out of sorts, and I didn't know what am I supposed to do with my time when I didn't have to go to work, when I didn't have anybody to take care of. I wasn't responsible for anyone or anything. And yeah, it just made me feel kind of really uncomfortable, because I liked having things planned before. I liked having a schedule. I liked having things in a way decided for me, because then I didn't have to decide for myself what it is that feels right to me in the moment. So I tried doing it at the beginning of lockdown. I've tried doing a to-do list and started working on some projects there. But again, just like right before recording this video, when I was trying to do something, when I was trying to force something, it just wasn't flowing. All of those things that I tried to do, it just seemed really hard, and I kept procrastinating, and I was just feeling really annoyed with myself for not doing things that I thought I should be doing, even though those were the things that I chose for myself to do. So nobody actually told me I have to do those things, but I put pressure on myself to be productive, to actually do something useful in a way. And then at some point I just had to stop, and I had to ask myself, like, why am I doing this? Why am I pushing myself to do all of those things? So that brought up a lot of different questions about, how, what does my own value mean to me? And I've realized that I've put a lot of importance on achievements and, things being done as they would prove my worth to myself, not to anybody else, because there was nobody there to prove it to. It was just to me. So I had to stop. Because that wasn't right. There wasn't the right motivation for me to do all of those things. And I started listening to myself and to my own rhythm. And it was a great situation in a way. I know people don't really like the lockdown and they complain about it. But for this purpose, it was a perfect situation, because I didn't have any responsibilities. I didn't have any pressures from the outside. So I could actually realize that I was putting pressure on myself, and I could change that. So what I started doing is when I would wake up in the morning, I would feel myself. I would say, what do you feel like doing today, Lorelai? Or not even today. What do you feel like doing right now in this moment? Do you feel hungry? Do you still feel tired? Do you want to go back to sleep? Do you feel like reading? Do you feel like, watching a movie? Do you feel like going for a walk? Do you feel like just not doing anything? And it was really hard at first, but it helped me learn my own rhythm, like what feels natural to me. How do I like to exist in the world? I didn't have to wake up for a specific time in the morning, and I've never been a morning person, but I've always pushed myself to be, because this is something that people tell you that, in order to have a productive day, you need to get up early in the morning, and then you have more energy to do things. So I kind of followed that advice, but it wasn't my advice. It wasn't what was right for me. I am most productive, most inspired in the evening, nighttime. So when I didn't actually have any pressure from the outside, I could listen to myself, and I could go to sleep whenever I felt tired. I could wake up whenever it was the right time for me, with no alarm. So much freedom in that, isn't it? Thank you for the lockdown. But yeah, just starting with the simple things, asking myself, am I tired? Am I ready to go to sleep? Or do I feel like listening to music right now? And then, waking up again, asking myself, what do I feel like doing right now? And then if I'm hungry, I'll be like, okay, what do you feel like eating, Lorelai? What feels right to you right now? Do you want some cereal, or do you want like a big breakfast, or do you want leftovers from yesterday? Just kind of, I started breaking down all of the preconceived ideas that I had in my head about what life is supposed to be like, how I should be doing things. When you're being true to yourself, there is no should, there is no have to. It's just how you feel in the moment. So I think my message for you today, despite of what I wanted to do earlier, despite of the topic I wanted to talk about before, is about your own rhythm. It's about listening to yourself and deciding what feels right to you, and start with small things. Start asking yourself in every moment, before making any decision, even if it's tea or coffee, just ask yourself with awareness, what is it that you feel like doing right now? What is it that you feel like eating? What is it that you feel like, where do you want to go for a walk, or you don't want to go for a walk? Like, just starting with the simple daily things, start asking yourself, what do I feel like doing right now? And then from then on, once you start kind of recognizing your own rhythm, you become more aware of yourself, more aware of your wants and needs. Your self-awareness grows, and self-awareness is the most important step to being who you are. Because if you don't know who you are, if you don't know yourself, if you don't know what you want, if you don't know what you feel like in the moment, how can you be truly yourself? You can't, because you don't know who you are. So start with small things and start learning your own rhythm. Start learning what is natural for you, what feels right to you. Start listening to yourself in every moment of every day. Open up your awareness for your wants and needs and desires. If possible, if you don't have responsibilities because of lockdown, or maybe you do go to work, Monday to Friday, but you have Saturday and Sunday off, give yourself more freedom on those days when you don't have outside responsibilities, to just listen to what feels right to you in the moment. Recognize your own rhythm. And you will also recognize, when you start listening to yourself and what you feel like in the moment, you will start hearing a voice in your head, the voice that says, you should be doing this, you have to do this, this is the right thing to do. And you will recognize that this is not your voice. This is not a voice of your soul, of your heart. Those are just thoughts in your head that have been there for probably, 10, 15, 20 years, from the time you were a small child, when you learned from your parents what is an appropriate thing to do, what you should be doing to be a valuable human being. All of those ideas that society puts on us to make us feel like, we should be somebody we're not, in order to be, I don't know, earn the right to be alive, I guess. And that's all false. I mean, you are here You're alive for a reason, and you are here to be yourself. And there's no should and no have to. And if you listen to your heart, you will also recognize, once you recognize your own rhythm, you'll recognize other people's rhythms, and you will not do anything to harm anybody else. I'm not talking about being selfish when I talk about listening to your own needs and what you want and what you need in the moment. I am just talking about awareness. And if you are aware of your own rhythm, and if you start respecting your own rhythm, then you will respect other people's rhythm as well, because you will see that just as you have your wants and needs and desires and likes and dislikes in every moment, and they can change from moment to moment. It's okay if they change. Nothing stands still. But just as you have that, other people have it as well. And if you give enough respect to your own rhythm, then you will respect other people's rhythm, other people's needs and wants and desires as well. You will be able to give other people space, and you will not inhibit their way of self-expression, their way of just being here and being alive. And just remember, like, you are a valuable human being because you exist. You don't need to prove it to yourself or to anybody else that you're worth being alive. You are alive for a reason. Everybody has a purpose. Everybody has a path. Everybody has many lessons to learn here in this existence. And that's what makes you valuable, what makes your life valuable here. You don't have to prove your right to exist. You are here, you are an individual with your wants and needs and passions, and you are here the way you are for a reason. So give yourself some space today or tomorrow or every day if you can, to listen to what feels right to you in the moment. From moment to moment, starting from the simple things, and then you're going to see that it's going to grow into, what do I want out of life? What kind of career I want to have? What kind of relationship I want to have? Just give yourself a chance to get to know who you are, and that's how you will learn who you are, and maybe with time you'll feel that you are brave enough to actually go for what it is that you want and need, whether it's a cup of tea or coffee, or whether it's, this promotion that you always wanted to have because this is your passion and that's what you want to do in life. So being aware of your rhythm, of your wants and needs, gives you a chance to choose and to create your life. And I'll leave you with this. I leave you and I love you, and be true to yourself one step at a time. And I'll speak to you soon.